More than 90 Ukrainian individuals, forcibly expelled from Russia, face an uncertain future amidst what is described as hellish living conditions at a border checkpoint with Georgia. Deep within a damp, subterranean chamber at the Georgian border control post in the southern Daryali Gorge, a desolate stretch of land between Georgia and Russia. These over 90 Ukrainians are held under stringent supervision by Georgian border guards. The majority of these individuals are former Ukrainian prisoners, deported by Russia after serving their sentences. The remaining few were expelled for other reasons, including immigration documentation issues. Their plight is multifaceted. Returning to Ukraine is impossible due to the ongoing conflict, where the border is a mine-strewn war zone. Simultaneously, Georgia denies them entry, citing many having prior criminal records. Some have endured these basement conditions for nearly 2 months. On the evening of July 20th, they staged a protest. A man shouted, "We are not allowed outside," as security personnel encircled them within the checkpoint compound. Another voice added, "We are being tormented. This place is incredibly damp. There are disabled individuals receiving no medical care. There is nothing at all." Driven by desperation and extreme confinement, one individual resorted to self-harm during the protest. Nikolai Lapata, a 45-year-old man, spoke of the injured person. "He has been here for over 1 month. They promised twice to get him out of here. He even bought bus tickets, but both times his money was not refunded." According to Lopata, this man suffers from an anxiety disorder and has been repeatedly denied transit to Ukraine by Georgian authorities. An ambulance arrived after more than 1 hour. Medical staff bandaged his wound and departed silently. The man, approximately 40 years old, was not hospitalized and remains at the checkpoint, as reported by volunteers on site. Lapata explained that he and others trapped there had been incarcerated in Russian prisons or facilities within Russian-controlled Ukrainian territories. They were released in recent months and now find themselves in this indefinite limbo. Georgian border guards are holding our documents. They will not allow us to enter or leave Georgia. They keep saying, "Tomorrow, tomorrow." Some have been here for over 1.5 months in terrible, unbearable conditions, Lapata stated. Lapata, originally from the city of Dnipro in central Ukraine, shared that he had resided in Russia since 2005, married a Russian woman, and has 2 children. In 2010, he was convicted of murder. Upon completing his sentence in 2024, he was transferred to a deportation holding center for an additional year. At that time, with the conflict between Russia and Ukraine raging fiercely, securing a flight ticket to Kyiv was an impossibility. Last summer, Russian authorities said they would send me to Georgia. Then, in the winter, they promised to send me back to Ukraine via Belarus. Finally, we were taken to the Georgian border, where we were told we would be received. But Georgia refused to accept us, Lapata recounted. Instead, upon arriving at the border on July 4th, he was photographed, fingerprinted, and had his documents confiscated by Georgian border guards before being led into a basement. "We do nothing, just sit in the basement all day," Lapata said, adding that those in the basement must sleep in shifts as there are only 40 beds available. The deportees receive very few supplies and no permanent medical support. When someone is injured or experiences a health issue, an ambulance is called for emergency care. Almost every day, an ambulance comes, sometimes twice a day. Because we have disabled and sick people here, Lopada noted. He is aware of individuals suffering from epilepsy, HIV, and tuberculosis, but they provide nothing beyond temporary solutions. For example, yesterday, they injected someone with a painkiller and said, "That is it. We cannot help you further." Activists and volunteers regularly deliver essential supplies to those detained at the checkpoint. Food, household items, and personal hygiene products are provided by Volunteers Tbilisi, an organization assisting Ukrainian refugees in Georgia. There is no fresh air. It is very hot, and the basements are sealed off. Maria Balkina, manager at Volunteers Tbilisi, observed. This is certainly not a place where you can live.